keep us in chains. By a show of hands, who else is sick and tired of the same? 1% trying to keep us small, trying to keep us from getting out. Minimizing the struggles they've caused, saying we're not working hard enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands in attendance and for the millions watching at home, DCK Productions proudly brings to you the greatest podcast in the world! The greatest podcast in the world? Suck it. No, you suck it. No, you suck it. No, you suck it. No, you suck it. I appreciate it if you both suck it. Suck it!
We really should stop this fighting. Otherwise we'll miss the fireworks.
There won't be any fireworks.
And here we go.
And welcome everybody to Suck It. I am the great and powerful King of Kings, Prince of all that is awesome. Derek, how is everybody tonight? It is a Wednesday, September 2nd of 2020, of this horrible fucking year that is 2020. But hey, we've only got, what, 4 months left? We can do this. We made it this far, damn it. We can make it even farther. I have faith in you. I don't have faith in myself, but I have faith in you. So, on with the show. Tonight, I have got a pretty fun guest with me. He is the founder of Tumblr and Tipsy fashion line. He is also a former professional figure skater. He has done a lot of cool stuff, and he's a figure skater turned fashion designer and has a virtual fashion show coming up here soon. We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more. He's also an advocate for rheumatoid arthritis, which is awesome to me because advocacy is amazing, because as everyone knows, I'm an advocate for mental health because of my own issues. So I love talking to fellow advocates regardless of the cause. So I'm really, really excited to talk to him today. So please welcome to the show, Mr. Micheal Kuluva.
Hi,
hey,
everyone.
buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
Hold on a second. I lost you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Uh-oh.
Hi.
Hold on a second. I can hear you. You can't hear. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, but I cannot hear you for some reason. Hold on a second. Let me try something. All right, you there?
I'm here.
All right, there we go.
Okay,
hi.
hi.
All right, it was on my end. Okay, cool. So, how is everything going for you, man?
It's great. How are you?
You know what? I can't complain.
Okay, that's good. That's good. No complaints. It's always a good way to start.
Well, I mean, you know, I'd rather be in Canada than be in Virginia right now, but hey, you know.
Yeah, it's we've actually had a pretty nice week here. It's been a lot cooler than it has been. The humidity kind of like chilled out, but yeah, it's nothing like the California weather that they're getting.
Oh my God. Yeah, I read somewhere this weekend it's supposed to be like 114 degrees this weekend.
Yeah, it's something crazy there, and it's been a huge heat wave. I mean, it's kind of usual for this year over there. That's where I'm from, so I'm kind of used to it. But like, I don't know. I kind of miss it a little bit, the dry heat.
I do not miss it. I'm originally from Florida, and I spent the majority of my life there. And moved here to Virginia 4 years ago, and I don't regret it.
No, not one bit.
Not one bit.
Mosquito bite.
Oh, hell no. I don't miss the sandy beaches. I don't miss The traffic in Orlando. Nope.
Yeah. No, I don't miss the traffic in Los Angeles, actually. And Toronto has some bad traffic, but Los Angeles really takes the cake sometimes. Like,
Oh, I
that's
can
ridiculous.
imagine.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So, tell me a little bit about yourself, man. You got an interesting life, man.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's been a little bit interesting. Yeah, so I was a pro figure skater for the US for like 20 years. And I competed around the world and toured with like Disney on Ice and Holiday on Ice and all those big touring companies, which are now out of business. I'm like, I can't believe that all my friends are like devastated. So yeah, I became a fashion designer as soon as my hips gave out in figure skating. And I kind of stumbled upon that I had rheumatoid arthritis at that time and went into fashion. So it was kind of a good transition for me, for my body, for me mentally. And I've been able to have my fashion brand now for 11 years, which has gone through a recession and maybe 2 recessions.
Oh yeah, definitely. So how did you go from figure skating to fashion?
Yeah, so when I was on tour, I always went to Fashion Week when we were in town, like in Paris. I went to Roberto Cavalli shows and got to meet with him and all these different stylists. And then, of course, being in figure skating, you have costumes. So I would always work with designers. So we're kind of close on that. And I always had input with it. So when I was ready to make the transition, I was like, okay, well, let me take some basic courses at college. Let me get my groundings from being on tour for 10 years. And then I was like, after a semester, I got a scholarship to the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in LA, FIDM, for fashion design. And yeah, I got my degree from them.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Especially because of the figure skating career that you had. I mean, working with Disney on Ice must have been exciting.
It was fun because you're able to travel and get paid for something that you really like to do, and get paid to travel around the world is awesome.
How in the hell did you figure skate in that Dash costume?
That costume was made for me. I had a couple of them. Yeah, they were hand painted. They were very expensive costumes. And the first ones that they gave us, it actually dyed our skin, so we had to wear bodysuits under those actual suits. So that was it was quite hot.
I can imagine, even on ice.
Yeah, it was hot. Those lights are hot.
So, you're also a huge advocate for rheumatoid arthritis, which you said that you have.
Yes.
So what kind of advocacy do you do?
So a lot of it is because you can't see arthritis in patients. I do a lot of work within design and within clothing to promote the awareness of arthritis on people and what they might be feeling. So I'll put some different bursts of some color on your joints of where it might really hurt, or and so this year with my new collection, it's glow in the dark, so it lights up, which is amazing. So you'll see in the night all your joints will light up. And that's pretty much kind of like how it feels as an arthritis patient, is your joints are just inflamed. And so to show that in a different way that has never been shown before, I think is just awesome. Plus you get to wear it. And if anybody asks, that's another thing for awareness.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Definitely different, and the first ever for that.
That's commendable, man.
Yeah, I think it's something cool. And then it also hits, like, a lot of people think arthritis is for people of such an older age bracket, but I was in my 20s when I was affected by it for the first time. And there are tons of other kids that have juvenile arthritis. So I really like to bring attention to people that really want to still live out their dreams and their goals, and think that they might not be able to because they have some sort of disability or something that might be holding them back. So I always like to, create my line every year, empowering people that might not have that voice.
And that's exactly what I do with this show. Because I advocate for mental health awareness. I have bipolar disorder and severe anxiety, and I luckily survived 2 suicide attempts. And, just like you said with arthritis, it's that unseen thing. and a lot of people don't have a voice for it because they're afraid to speak out about it.
Exactly. So with me being partnered with Creaky Joints, we have a platform now where my voice can get heard. On top of many other artists, we collaborate with a lot of different arthritis patients that do artwork or model or do other things in the fashion industry that I love to partner with and get their art out as well and their different designs.
Again, I just think that's so awesome.
Yeah.
So you got you're doing a spring fashion line. I can't even talk. Show coming up soon. So you're doing that virtual this year.
It is virtual. So if you go to virtualfashionweek.net, you're going to go right to our landing page of our show this year. I got prime real estate on the internet for this. This is going to be awesome. We have the new 2021 Tumbler and Tipsy collection. It's called The Newest Normal. And it is going to be a very COVID conscious collection on top of having an arthritis underlying awareness. And this is going to be all virtual. We are going to premiere it on YouTube at 8 p.m. on September 16th. And we are going to then also have a Zoom party afterwards. We're having like a tweet chat before it. It's going to be all virtual though, and everyone can be safe at home. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't even believe Fashion Week is happening. I mean, I can't believe Fashion Week is happening in New York, but we do want to be a participant in it this year, and we don't want to let the pandemic get us down. So we are doing all this virtually.
How many other fashion companies are actually doing that as well?
You know what? This is going to be a really good turn of the ages. Again, I'm going to say, back in 2009 when we had that recession in the United States, it was really a big turning point for a lot of brands. It was either you make it or you break it, or you're going to lose your whole house. So I think this is going to be very telling of who's going to put out what and how they're going to put it out. It's unprecedented. So we're kind of making history in fashion, every designer this season.
Interesting. Is there any other companies that are doing it virtually like you are?
I think almost all the major brands are. I would say like Chanel, Hermes, I think probably all the major brands that are going to show with IMG in New York. I would say like Rag & Bone. I would say Ralph Lauren, Calvin Klein, like all those big brands. They will show something. There's only 3 days that they're doing something in New York, but you only can have, I think it's a maximum of 25 to 50 people. And with Correct. 25 to 50 people in an area, that's the models, the photographers, and that's it. Yeah. So it's really for a brand to sustain that type of cost for what is going to be output from that. I think really has to be a major brand. And we're going to see a lot of these little brands that were awesome for the past 10 years really fizzle out, I feel.
And that's sad.
It is sad. I mean, a lot of these small business owners, this is what they were working on month to month. That was their Etsy shop. That was their Shopify shop. That was something that they were doing. And now, yeah, internet and e-commerce sales have totally gone up. But when you're at that level at Fashion Week, that's a whole nother level with getting into department stores. And those department stores like Bergdorf Goodman are in bankruptcy, and there's a lot of people going under right now. So those retailers that these brands really relied on are not available. So a lot of it's going to have to be redirected.
Gotcha. So what was the inspiration behind this line or next year's line?
This line for 2021 had a lot of inspiration with what was happening now, but I feel like what's going to be happening. So we have a very COVID conscious collection with things that are very comfy, stay at home more. I didn't want to do a lot of my usual sequin pieces that you're not going to see them this year. I feel like people are just going to be at home a lot more doing these type of conversations. So I made a collection that was very wearable at home. Plus, if you wanted to go out and get some food on a terrace or something, you totally can. And then, of course, I have some party pieces that everyone loves to get dressed up. There's always going to be some sort of little party, even though it might be social distance, that you're going to need a party outfit for. So I always got to stay true to my aesthetic.
Of course, you got to stay true to who you are.
Yeah.
So you named it, you said the new normal?
It's called the newest normal.
Newest normal.
Yeah.
So is that COVID related or is it something else?
No, I think it has to play on the new normal, right? Like everyone kind of like, oh, this is the new normal. This is the new normal. I'm like, well, this collection's the newest normal. So I kind of feel like we're just taking it one edge above everyone before it happens.
Gotcha. Ooh. I mean, I hate to have, that we have to call it the new normal. And it's sad because, I miss being able to go outside. I miss being able to go to the movies or go to concerts or stuff like that. And companies aren't, conforming to that. So we're stuck at home, and yet we're still waiting for everybody else to make a move. And they're not making that move. So it's a scary thought that that's going to be, that this is going to be around for a while and it's not going to change.
People are just being really irresponsible right now, and it's showing, and it's just hurting themselves, to be honest, right now at this point. And I'm hoping it's not hurting too many others.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that where I'm originally from, it's like back in Florida, it's constantly getting worse and getting worse and getting worse, and they're not doing anything about it. And nobody wants to believe that there's anything really wrong, which is
it's crazy,
scary.
Isn't it? Isn't that crazy? Like
it is.
I can't believe. I think I just can't believe it. Like it just boggles my mind.
It is, and that is a very Republican state, and recently, the Republicans have all been about fear mongering. Yeah, this is like the one thing that they're not fear mongering. It's like they're like, oh, everything's fine, don't worry about it. But yet, with everything else, they've all been about it, and it's very odd how they're, and then they're making it
manipulating, I guess, people's minds on what to think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's super crazy that they have to use the fear tactic as the last resort to get reelected, to be honest.
I know.
Like, it's people's lives here. Like, why are we even talking about politics? Like, this is people's lives.
And that's the biggest problem, is that this has turned, political, and it shouldn't be. It's people's lives. And they're not doing it, and they're turning into a political debate and the blame game, and they're just constantly doing this, and it's not cool at all.
No, I totally get it. Like, I'm not into it at all, and I think that hopefully we have some new direction coming soon, very soon.
I hope so. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't continue this for much longer.
No, well, people won't be able to. The economy won't be able to.
No.
So it's going to be a big problem.
It really is. So, you also have partnered up with Creaky Joints.
Yes.
So why them? Why them of all the charities out there?
Have you ever watched The Real Housewives of New York?
I have not, no.
You're not a Bravo person at all? No.
Not really? No.
Okay.
No.
Well, anyway, so I had Jill Zarin, who is one of the first housewives of New York, and she walked in my show probably 5 or 6 years ago, and her daughter came to my show, who is a part of Creaky Joints, and they were such a great, I don't know, I just felt really comfortable around them. And you have to get you have feelings and vibes with people, and I just felt like I really vibed with them, and I wanted to tell my story. And I was at a place in my career where I really could, and I did. So I felt like Creaky Joints had the outlet that I wanted, and the, really the family and the support that I would need in the community to tell my story the right way and how I wanted it to be told and not be misconstrued, and make sure that it was my truth.
I gotcha. Yeah, unfortunately, with some charity organizations, they do twist it.
They can make it to their liking, I can say, on some of the propositions I've had before. Yeah, but with this company, with this organization, they don't take any outside donations. So everything that's allotted to them every year is what they get, is what they use for awareness and for finding a cure for arthritis.
Do you think we're ever going to find one?
I'm so hopeful. Like I'm very hopeful. I think that we will. I just think time will tell. We're at such a great place right now with medicine, with arthritis, that I can see that there could be light at the end of the tunnel. Not anywhere in the near future. I have not heard anything, not seen anything, but I think eventually it's going to happen. There's going to be something.
How do you cope day to day with it?
So I'm on a pill once a day, which I'm so lucky to be on. Used to get injections every 2 weeks, which were so painful. So I now am on once a day pill called Xeljanz, and it's 11 milligrams. I take it once a day, and it works great for me. I'm able to travel. I'm able to do what I want. I don't have to get poked by a needle. I don't have to have bruising. I don't have any more downtime than I would. So I love it right now. It's been great.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've heard of Xeljanz.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen the commercials a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you still have bad days?
I think, yeah, it's always going to be each day to its own. I feel like you're going to wake up one day, like this morning I had a headache, but you persevere through it. I take a Tylenol, get through it, and just keep going. And now my headache's gone. So, I just have to kind of go with it. I think each day is different. And you just battle it when you have to.
Where's the primary pain for you?
So when I did the testing, and I went to the Mayo Clinic as well because I wanted a second opinion, and my whole body lit up like a Christmas tree. So I get a lot of my pain though in my elbows, my wrists, my fingers, my knees, my ankles, because I think those are the joints that I use the most. So I think those are the ones that are stressed out the most and that get inflamed.
Do you attribute any of that to figure skating?
No, I really don't. I would say if anything goes, it'd be my hips, and I would say that would be from my figure skating. Other than that, no. I think everything else really has to do with my arthritis.
Does anybody else in your family suffer from it as well?
They do have arthritis. I believe my grandparents might have had it. They're already deceased, so I wouldn't know for sure. But with the symptoms that I've seen now compared to what they had, I could say probably they had it and they didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah, the testing is, it's not hard, but if you're not looking for it, you're not really going to find it exactly. Or you're going to think it's osteoarthritis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you got diagnosed at a pretty young age.
Yeah, I was in my
Is that shocking to you?
Yeah, you're going day to day like nothing, and you're like, what is up with your body? And you can't explain why you can't go out on Friday night with your friends, or why you're not being able to just chill past 9 p.m. You are passing out at 7:30 and waking up the next morning, and what happened? But yeah, I just had to listen to my body at that time, and it was hard, but you just had to do what you had to do.
That's pretty inspiring though, man. Most people would have, just given up or like a typical man just hit it and just kind of dealt with it day to day. The same thing people do, the same thing men do again with mental health. So I'm glad that you're talking to me about this kind of stuff, because a lot of people, again, hide it. They don't talk about it. They don't want people to know. And again, one of the themes of the show is if I can do it, you can do it. So can they.
Exactly. I believe that.
Yeah. So what inspired you to, instead of just going to work for your own label, go and work for somebody else's label, what inspired you to actually just start your own?
So that's actually interesting that you say that, because when I was going to school, I actually did work for another brand as an intern at first. They hired me on the spot the day that I showed up I was doing just a student project and I was doing an interview, and I had this binder and I must have done the research on them, and it was like this thick, and they hired me on the spot, and that brand is one of the brands showing at New York Fashion Week right alongside me every year now. So I was with them for almost 2 years, but I mean, when you're making about like $20 an hour and you're selling jackets for $5,000, it's like, where is all this going? It's not going to me. It's going for the life of the brand. But if you don't have the design, taken care of, or it's not even your own design, you're just being, pretty much played. So I decided after Fashion Week, after I saw, just like exactly what was happening and how little I was being paid for my designs on what the company was making, I was like, I'm just going to make my own company. And I did. In 2009, I started my own brand, Tumblr and Tipsy. And I think I was one of Perez Hilton's like first fashion blog posts back in the day on his new website called Coco Perez, and I got so much attention that the employer even saw and was like, why aren't you doing this for our brand? And I was like, well, if you're paying me what I should be paid for my designs and what you're making off of them, then yeah, I will do it for you, and if I'm your PR rep. But it was just kind of like they didn't really respect what I could give them, and I had such a young edge and look into it, and so I just kept going with my own brand, and I'm so grateful I did.
Where did the name come from?
So it comes from an old English poem: too many tumblers of whiskey might make you a little bit tipsy. So I thought Dolce & Gabbana, Abercrombie and Fitch, Tumblr, and Tipsy.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it was also kind of fun to have Tipsy in the name, especially at the time when we launched the brand, because people were using the name like crazy, and then it became such an iconic name in like rap music and hip hop, and it's so widely used now that our Tipsy hats are iconic, and we're the only ones allowed to make them in the world. So when you ever see a Tipsy hat, that's us.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You make me a bipolar one.
Bipolar and tipsy.
That's right. Because Because when I get on my lows, they're pretty tipsy. Trust me. So over the last 11 years that you've had your brand, what's been the biggest struggle that you've had?
I'd have to say, let's see, what would be the biggest struggle? That's really hard. There's a lot of struggles owning your own brand. I mean, everything's a struggle owning your own brand and your own company. Is. I think there's a lot of learning curves that you have with it. I think the first 5 to 10 years are learning curves. I think I just kind of got a handle on it now. So, no, I think that the whole thing is, it's really just, you have to be really lucky in this game. You have to hit it on the right time, the right price point, and just hit it. I think that's the hardest point, is just hitting it every season, is reinventing yourself. I think that's the hardest thing of all. It's just it's creating a new collection every year that has not been seen yet.
So how do you make sure that you're separating yourself from everybody else?
So I try to do unique things with my branding. Of course, collaborations are always great because that separates you. But like this year, I have I think almost the entire collection is hand painted or hand silk screened by me. So usually you would have, a whole factory in a foreign country or something domestic. I always did domestic in the US. But this year I did it all by hand, which was awesome for me, to do it all in-house and to have everything numbered and kind of more limited edition this year. So I think that's kind of cool.
So is the stuff that you're presenting that was made in house? Are you going to have mass manufactured, or what are you going to do with that?
So this year we are going to be kind of just doing it all in house. So everything will be manufactured under the Tumbler and Tipsy like studio here. That's it. So it's a little bit different than we're not outsourcing it as usual. And then once it's gone for a certain design, it's going to be gone. So we're really wanting to make it really just not everyone have it. We want everyone to have a piece of it.
Gotcha. Are you going to do that all year long next year with the summer, fall, and everything else, or are you going to do that just with spring?
Yeah. So we have 2 drops. Our first drop is September 16th when the video drops, everyone. And then the second drop will probably be around Christmas time. And that should be the last drop for the whole collection. It's going to go by really fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're excited because I think, sometimes brands really overdo it. And I think people oversee stuff, especially like when you have social media now. People can see things so instantaneously. And then it's just kind of you get bored of it. And even with the bigger brands, you see it so much, you're getting bored of it. So I'm trying to make it a little bit more exclusive, a little bit more limited, and make things that people just don't see every day on their feed.
Now, are you going to still have, everyday things that you have still outsourced?
The only thing we really have outsourced is our new face masks right here.
Okay.
We have our face masks outsourced, but they're still domestic and they're all handmade. I think besides that and possibly some t-shirts from our past collections that are available on our website, everything will be made in-house.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How does your team feel about that?
You know what? So far, it's been really cool. Like, it's been a really great experience kind of doing things on our own terms, not waiting. I think the waiting game is always so hard in this industry, especially to get your design back. So to having the access to doing it all in-house now is just like, oh, we want it, we got it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Man, you are just full of flair, and I love that.
Thank you.
I love to see somebody that's passionate about what they do and who they are, and and the things that they do. And you definitely represent that, and that's pretty awesome.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
No problem. So you said that the fashion it'll be on September 16th.
September 16th, the premiere is at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. It's going to be at virtualfashionshow.net. And you also can view it on tumblrandtipsy.com. And also my YouTube channel. It'll also be on Twitter. I'm sure there'll be a link on. And I'm sure there'll be a link on my Instagram at Micheal Kuluva and at Tumbler and Tipsy.
Awesome. Well, man, I wish you nothing but the best. I hope this line really you just kill it with. And I hope that you're right, and we do come up with a cure for arthritis because it does affect too many people.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me on your show.
Hey, no problem. It was my pleasure, man. You have a wonderful rest of your night.
You too. Bye.
All right, be safe. Bye-bye now. All right. So that was Micheal Kuluva. An amazing dude. Just an overall amazing dude. And I'm really, really happy to have him on. So, take a quick commercial break, sell some sponsorships, and we'll be right back. Guys, ever wonder how I get this manly beard looking so good? It's all because of Viking Revolution. And at Viking Revolution, not only can you get some great beard balms, but you can also get some great beard oils, as well as some awesome quick shower pads, which helps prevent you stanking up after the gym. Also, these great wet wipes, which help prevent, stanky after going doo-doo. And also some pomades and some other great products, all at Viking Revolution. So do yourself a favor, go to dcproductions.com/sponsors, click on the banner, and get yourself some of these great products. Viking Revolution. Join the revolution. What's up? That was a fun interview. I enjoy having interviews like that with not typical guests. I don't usually typically have, fashion designers on or stuff like that, but He's got a really cool story, and I wouldn't, like I said, I've never said no to a guest anyway, but really cool story, really fun stuff overall. All right, so let's see here. Going back again to what we were talking about last night. As far as Chadwick Boseman goes, Letitia Wright, who plays Shuri in the Black Panther and the Marvel movies, penned a poem in his memory, and this just got released today. Otherwise, I would have talked about it yesterday. And this comes courtesy of the Daily Mail. Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther co-star Letitia Wright took to social media on Tuesday, obviously after I got off the air, to recite a vibrant poem she penned in his memory following his tragic death last week of colon cancer. Wright, 26, narrated a moving piece of poetry amid a montage of images related to nature as well as shots of them together. I didn't, you know what? Let me see here. See if I can find this. All right, hold on. So I'm going to play it for you guys because it's actually pretty cool. So just give me 1 second. I want to pull it up here. All right. All right.
It is written, there is nothing new under the sun. But the sun stood still that morning. Refusing to shine. Dark clouds surrounding, confusion setting in, tears flowing, rivers so deep. I didn't know this was what I was waking up to. My brother, an angel on earth departed, a soul so beautiful. When you walked into a room, there was calm. You always moved with grace and ease. Every time I saw you, the world would be a better place. Words can't describe how I feel, how we all feel, that losing you is forced upon us. To accept this as a new reality. And I wish I got to say goodbye. I messaged you a couple times, but I thought you were just busy. I didn't know you were dealing with so much. But
against all the odds, you remained focused on fulfilling your purpose with the time handed to you. And I'll never forget the day that I met you. Before I got on the plane to LA for my first meeting with you, God told me that you are my brother and that I am to love you as such. And I always did. And I always will. But now my heart is broken, searching for old messages of exchange, cards filled with your handwriting and memories of you holding my hand, as if it was for eternity. I thought we had more time and many more years to come, for more laughter and more moments of me picking on you on set, leaning my head on your shoulders in the throne room as Ryan gave us notes. I thought this would be forever. This hurts. I'm trusting God to heal all wounds. It is also written that all things are made new. There is light in the darkness. Streams of living water flow, giving new life. And all that's left now is for us to allow all the seeds you've planted on the earth to grow, to blossom, to become even more beautiful. You're forever in my heart.
All right, for those listening at home, she's just showing off a slideshow of pictures now, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Again, she thought it would last forever. Everyone, when someone you look up to, whether you've met them or not, passes away. It's tough, especially when they've had such an impact on your life. When Stan Lee passed away, that hurt. For me, it was, with Stan Lee, it was me finally finding a place I belonged. In the comic book world, we don't judge either. A lot of worlds don't, but the comic book world allows the nerd in you to be peaceful, to find peace. And Stan Lee did that. And because of that, we've gotten so many inspirational characters through the years, whether on, in print or in film or hell on TV. Chadwick Boseman, again, like I said last night, showed millions of black little boys that they could be a king, and showed, everybody around the world what it was like, or, that, what I'm saying. I'm just at a loss for words. That's the second time I've watched what Letitia Wright, did. But it's just still touching. Again, Chadwick Boseman dead at 43 from colon cancer. Rest in peace, King. And I said that again. I said that last night too, but damn it, it's just so hard. All right. Moving on to more fun stuff. So it was announced yesterday that The Mandalorian Season 2 is coming back October 30th to Disney Plus. I'm sorry, it was revealed this morning. Season 2 is making its way back to Disney Plus on October 30th. So we're about 58 days away. Less than 2 months. Good shit. Good shit coming your way. And also, speaking of good shit coming your way, Friday. Friday is the day for all you non-comic book nerds that found a way to enjoy comic book TV or comic book heroes, or in a way that you never thought possible. The Boys Season 2 drops on Amazon Prime, and it's gonna be sick. There's people, ready out there, trying to spoil it. Don't listen to them. Watch it with absolute excitedness, because it's going to be amazing. The stuff I have heard is very limited, but the cool thing about it is it's going to very much recreate some of the very, very iconic, very, very controversial stuff that happened in the comic books. So if you haven't read the comic books, good. But fuck, it's going to be amazing. So if you're off Friday, great. Binge watch it along with me. And then we'll come back on Friday night to talk about it together. I won't talk about it for a while, but I'll give you guys a week, and then I'm going to spoil the shit out of it. I'm probably going to watch it 2 or 3 times, because God damn it, I've been waiting hard. All right. Also, this coming Friday, Mulan makes its way to Disney Plus. And it will be there for $30 with a premium subscription. So let me go ahead and read to you this from CNET. In just 2 days on September 4th, the live-action version of Mulan will be available to watch on Disney+. But unlike Hamilton, Beyonce's Black is King, you'll need more than just a subscription to stream the Disney film. You'll need Premier Access to watch, which will cost you an additional $30. Mulan will be available for all Disney Plus subscribers at no additional charge in December, but that's a 3-month wait for fans of the 1998 classic. Both Disney films are based on the Chinese legend of Hua Mulan and follow, blah, 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 blah. Unlike the G-rated, we all know what that is. So unlike the G-rated animated musical, Mulan 2020 is rated PG-13 for sequences of violence and will display a more realistic telling. Critics have described the new Mulan as exciting, vibrant, and emotional. So, the movie was originally supposed to hit the theaters in March, but was rescheduled due to the coronavirus. So now but then I think it was for November, and then within the last month, they announced it was coming here. So again, if you don't want to wait, pay the $30, but if you can't afford the extra $30 right now, which money's tight, people have lost jobs, our unemployment rate is the highest it's ever been highest it's been in a long time. You can watch it for free at no additional charge on December 4th. Now here's where it kind of gets a little bit cool. Pretty much once you pay the $30, you only have to watch. You only have to pay the $30 one time, and you can watch them as many times as you like, as long as you maintain your subscription. However, if you cancel oh wait, hold on, no, I misread that. If you do cancel your subscription and decide to reactivate it, you'll still have access to it. So that's really cool. So if you're purchasing Mulan on September 4th, you'll see a button to buy the movie on the Mulan page. If you're on DisneyPlus.com, you'll have the option to pay with a card or file with your demo form of payment. So I guess they're just going to automatically charge the card that you're you subscribe it with. So that'd be kind of cool. Be available at 12:01 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Friday. So that'll be 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. And it will be available to download like all the other programs on Disney Plus. So just a little bit of information there for those of you who want to watch it. Let's see here. Let me look through my notes. Anything else going on here? So, also just announced, for those of you who have been a fan for the last 15 years, 15 years, 16 years. Supernatural announced that it'll be returning on October 8th for its final set of 7 episodes. So series was really supposed to end back in, spring, obviously. But production got shut down. They weren't able to finish it, but they've been able to finish it now. So there has been a trailer released. I'm not going to go ahead and play it. But those final 7s, for those of you who are Supernatural fans like me, that will be released October 8th. The first episode will come out October 8th with the series finale set for November 19th. So that is gonna be epic. One thing that you cannot just, they may have recycled a few storylines in Supernatural over the years, but going for 15 years, it's gonna happen. However, the whole story with them finally battling God and all this other stuff is it was so epic, especially last season with that season finale that ended up happening and the way it all went down, and God and his sister and all the, hey, 1 million moms. Whatever. But anyway, it's gonna be epic. So please check that out in October. So a little bit less than about a month and a half away. No, 1 month and 6 days away from the the start of the final 7 episodes of Supernatural, October 8th. That's pretty much all I have for the night. Yeah, nothing else really going on. I'm not talking Trump at all. I talked enough about that every other day, but there's really no news going on here. Actually, no, there is one bit of news. That is actually good for Americans, but I don't think it was so much of a Trump thing. It was more of a CDC thing. So announced yesterday, the CDC has put a sweeping ban, or a moratorium, more like it, on evictions. Now there's some, certain caveats with that. But if you've lost your job, if you make less than $99,000 a year, you've made some type of an attempt to, pay partial rent or whatever the case might be. There's a form that's going to be released on the CDC website, and then you just got to basically apply, and then then you won't be eligible for eviction through the end of the year. But that's a good thing for some people. I mean, it's not exactly necessarily the best thing for, homeowners who are renting. However, the studies show that there's more renters in this country than there are homeowners. I mean, if you go down to, apartment complexes and stuff like that. But at the same time, with evictions, they're just trying to prevent the spread of disease, because then they're going to end up having to move into another home with somebody else at close proximity, more. There was more chance of exposure at that point. So you can Google, CDC, eviction moratorium as far as that goes. Get more information, and then eventually at some point, hopefully within the next week or so, that application will be available on the CDC website for you to apply and then prevent getting evicted if you're in such dire straits that is upon you, which I hope, God forbid, nobody's in that situation that listens, but odds are with 25,000 a day that there's bound to be quite a few of you. So my heart goes out to you. And as most of y'all know, I'm pretty close to that situation as well. So hopefully we can get through this all together. But come back tomorrow, same time, same channel, for actor, former military helicopter pilot, and current life flight pilot as well. So not only does this man act in movies, he's also a helicopter pilot for Life Flight, which is a medical transport unit for helicopters. So dude's still doing it. Come back tomorrow for Steve Ham. Another great interview, another great opportunity to chat here. So either way, come back tomorrow for that. But until tomorrow, stay happy, stay healthy, and as always, stay fucking heavy. Peace.